The frost crunched under Emily's boots as she approached the old colonial house in Richmond, Virginia, the one her father had restored with his own hands before the cancer took him 5 years back. She balanced a tray of her famous pecan pies, baked from scratch that morning, and a bag of carefully wrapped gifts that she'd saved up for months to buy. The drive from her apartment in Alexandria had been a slog through holiday traffic, but the anticipation of family warmth kept her going. Strings of icicle lights hung from the eaves, twinkling like distant stars against the darkening sky. The chimney puffed lazy smoke, and the scent of pine from the massive wreath on the door hit her like a wave of nostalgia. From the curb, it looked like the perfect Christmas Eve. But as she climbed the steps, voices leaked from the cracked open window of the den, where the family always congregated with eggnog before the feast. "We can't have her here this year," her mother's voice sliced through the chill, matter of fact, like she was declining a dinner invitation. "It's too awkward after last time." Emily froze, one foot on the top step, pie tray tilting slightly in her grip. Uncle Harlan's baritone rumbled next, the insurance exec who always played the voice of reason. "Keep her tied to the loans,
though.
She's good for it." A chuckle from her cousin Lila.
"Yeah.
Emily's reliable like that. Pays on time. Every time. Who cares if she's not really one of us?" The words landed like a gut punch, sucking the air from her lungs. "She's not blood," her mother added casually. "Just useful." Emily's hands went numb around the tray. Useful. That's what she'd been reduced to. The gifts felt heavy now. Ridiculous tokens for people who saw her as an ATM, not a daughter. Flashback to that rainy afternoon 4 years ago in the sterile conference room of Virginia Trust Bank. Emily had sat there, fresh out of college, pen in hand, as her mother, Patricia, pleaded with tears in her eyes. "The house is everything we have left of your dad. Medical bills wiped us out. If you co-sign this home equity loan, we save it all." Uncle Harlan had nodded solemnly from across the table, his hand on Patricia's shoulder. "You're the rock this family needs."
Eminencia.
Pride had swelled in her chest as she signed $150,000 line of credit, her name right beside her mother's. "This is your home too," Patricia had whispered, hugging her tight. No need for deeds or titles. Family didn't quibble over paperwork. But the cracks started showing soon after. The family barbecue invites that dried up. The Thanksgiving where she arrived to find her seat given to Lila's new boyfriend. Last Christmas, she'd eaten leftovers in the garage while laughter echoed from the dining room.
Now,
standing on that porch, the truth crystallized in the cold air. An ornament slipped from the bag, a delicate silver star she'd picked for the tree, and shattered on the wood planks with a tinkling crash. The voices inside hushed. "What was that?" Lila asked. Emily backed away, heart pounding, stepping over the fragments. No tears yet, just a cold clarity settling in her bones. She turned, walked to her car, and drove off without a backward glance. The house's lights shrank in her rear view, but her phone buzzed with the reminder. Loan payment due tomorrow, $1,350. The amount she'd faithfully transferred every month, rain or shine, while they debated her worthiness for a seat at the table. That night, in her dim apartment, Emily spread out the bank statements like a map of her misplaced loyalty. 4 years, $64,800 in loan payments. The new siding after the storm, $6,500 from her savings. The plumbing overhaul when pipes burst, $4,200. All while her name anchored every bill, electric, water, a cable, keeping their lives humming smoothly. The next morning, sunlight slanted through her blinds as she totaled it all on her laptop. $92,300. Nearly $100,000 poured into a home where she was just useful. Her phone lit up. A text from Patricia. You okay? Didn't see you last night. The hypocrisy burned. Emily's finger hovered over the banking app. The cursor blinking at cancel recurring payment. Useful. Not blood. The words echoed. She clicked. Confirmation. Payment canceled. A weight lifted. Tentative at first, like testing ice on a frozen pond. At work that afternoon, in the bustling marketing firm where she clawed her way to junior manager, her colleague Sarah noticed the shadows under her eyes. Family drama? Sarah asked over coffee in the break room. Emily hesitated. Then let it spill. The overheard conversation. The years of financial tethering. Sarah's eyes widened. That's abuse.
Eminência.
Financial elder abuse flipped on its head. My brother went through something similar. Parents maxed cards in his name. By lunch, Sarah had connected her with a financial counselor, and the pieces started falling into place. Options emerged where obligation had once loomed. As co-signer, she held veto power on any sale or refinance. The utilities? All in her name. Cancelable at will. That evening, her neighbor Marcus, retired vet with a no-nonsense vibe, knocked with a batch of his wife's fudge. Saw you coming late last night. Looking like hell froze over. Need an ear. Over cocoa. Emily shared fragments. Marcus nodded. Blood don't make family. Actions do. If they want warmth this Christmas.
Leite e arnite.
Inspired. She drafted the email. I've decided to end my financial support for a home I'm excluded from. All services in my name will terminate December 24th. Between 5 to 6 p.m.
Sent.
The response was swift. Calls.
Texts.
A barrage of guilt. But Emily silenced her phone and slept deeply, dreaming of open doors instead of locked ones. The barrage started at dawn. Emily's phone vibrated relentlessly on her nightstand, 22 notifications by 8 a.m. Patricia's texts escalated from concern to accusation. How could you do this? We're family. Uncle Harlan's voicemail dripped with authority. This has serious legal ramifications. Young lady. Call me now. Lila's message was pure venom. Selfish much? Ruining Christmas over nothing. Emily sipped her coffee, staring at the screen. Nothing? For years of her life siphoned away.
And it was nothing.
She saved each message, building her digital armor. At her desk later, the financial counselor, recommended by Sarah, laid it out plain. You're not obligated to subsidize exclusion. Document everything. It's your leverage. He pointed to the loan docs. Her signature gave her equity stake. Even without the deed. They can't move without you. Back home. Emily compiled the file. Transfers. Invoices. Even chat logs where Patricia casually asked for a little help with the AC unit. $3,800. The total glared back. $95,000 now. With interest. Her phone rang again. Patricia. Voice cracking. Emily.
Please.
The loan company called about the missed payment. What have you done? Emily pressed record. A tip from the counselor. What I've done.
Mom.
I heard you. Not blood. Just useful. Silence. Then sputtering denial. You misheard. We love you.
But.
Things are complicated. Complicated. The word twisted like a knife. Love doesn't come with a price tag.
Mom.
But yours did. The call ended with Patricia's sob. But Emily felt only resolve hardening. That afternoon. A knock. Sarah with takeout. Thought you might need backup. Over pad thai. They strategized. Hit him where it hurts, Sarah said. But smart legal. Emily nodded, forwarding the recording to her cloud. Cousin Reed, Lila's brother. Always the quiet one, texted secretly. They're panicking. Sent you something, delete after. An audio clip. Dinner table chatter. She'll cave, Harlan boomed. Emily's too soft. Just butter her up. Patricia raised her to know her place. Lila's laugh. Like last year. Garage dinner, and she still paid up. The betrayal seared. But it fueled her. She saved it, thanked Reed, then blocked the rest. As evening fell, Emily scheduled the disconnections precisely. Electric at 5:15 p.m. Christmas Eve. Water at 5:30. Internet at 5:45. Prime time for their annual gathering. The thought brought a grim satisfaction. No more funding their facade. Marcus stopped by again. My sister's family pulled similar crap. Cut ties. Best decision. They shared war stories. His gravelly voice a bomb. You're building your own circle now. For the first time, Emily felt seen. Not used. She slept fitfully, dreaming of flickering lights going dark. Christmas Eve dawned crisp. Emily baked scones for herself, ignoring the 47 missed calls. At 4 p.m., she curled up with tea, watching the clock. 5:15, electric confirmation pinged. She imagined the scene, the tree lights winking out mid-carol, the oven dying with the ham inside. Voicemails flooded. Patricia hysterical. The power's gone. Fix this. Harlan threatening lawsuits. Lila, you're a monster. Emily forwarded the abuse to her counselor, who advised, no contact. Let it play out. Sarah called. Proud of you. Come over if you need. But Emily stayed put. The quiet her gift to herself. By 6 p.m., the water and net were off too. Chaos reigned 90 miles away. But here,
Peace.
Reed texted. They're scrambling, calling repairmen who want holiday rates. Emily smiled faintly. Let them pay. That night, she lit candles, read a novel, and felt the first stirrings of freedom. No more convenient daughter. Just Emily, reclaiming her worth. The aftermath hit like a storm. Christmas morning. Emily woke to sunlight and silence. No frantic family rush. Just her own rhythm. She made French toast, savoring each bite, while her phone tallied 63 notifications. Patricia's plea. The house is freezing. How will we manage? Harlan's bark. This is elder abuse. Lawyers involved. Lila's rant. Hope your lonely Christmas sucks. Emily archived them. Evidence mounting. At noon, a surprise knock. Marcus with leftovers. Figured you might skip the drama. Over turkey sandwiches. He shared. Faced this in the army, loyalties earned, not owed. His words anchored her. Afternoon brought escalation. A process server at her door with a cease and desist from Harlan's firm, claiming breach of familial duty. Laughable. Her counselor laughed too. No legal teeth. Counter with your docs. Emily did. Emailing the full dossier, payments, recordings to Harlan's boss at Apex Insurance. Subject: potential ethical breach in family financial dealings. Carbon copy to Patricia's church group, where she chaired the finance committee. The response was swift. Harlan's furious call. Voice shaking. You've crossed a line. Emily. No. Uncle. You drew it.
Click.
Evening. Reed's update. Harlan suspended pending review. Mom's in tears. House might foreclose without your payments.
Good.
Emily thought. Let reality bite. Sarah invited her for eggnog. There. Amid new friends. Emily shared snippets. You're inspiring, one said. Breaking the cycle. For the first time, holiday cheer felt real. Not performative. Days blurred into confrontation. Patricia showed up unannounced. Eyes puffy. Emily. Darling. Let's talk.
Inside.
Tears flowed. We never meant. Your family. Emily slid the total across. $98,000. Family doesn't exploit. Patricia deflected. Your dad would want. Dad wanted honesty. Emily cut in. This ends now. Patricia left defeated. But the guilt trips continued via text. Harlan's next move, digging into her credit. Per Marcus's tip-off, a suit asking neighbors questions. Emily reported it as harassment. The bank meeting loomed, scheduled to transfer liability. In the boardroom, Harlan postured. Patricia pleaded. But the VP, alerted by Emily's file, sided with facts. MS. Grant holds equity rights. Harlan blustered. Emily played the recording. Faces paled. We're done, she declared. Signing off. Walking out. Shoulders light. Emily felt reborn. Weeks post-meeting. The ripples spread. Harlan's suspension turned permanent. Whispers of fraud investigations. Patricia's church role evaporated amid scandal. Lila's social posts, veiled attacks on betrayers, backfired. Alienating kin. Emily, meanwhile,
Thrived.
therapy with Dr. Hale unpacked the trauma. You were parentified. Then discarded. Sessions rebuilt her boundaries. At work, a promotion came, more savings for her future. Reed reached out. Sorry for staying silent. Can we talk? Over coffee. He apologized, shared his own grievances. A tentative bond formed, the only salvage from the wreck. Marcus's gatherings became routine. Sarah's circle expanded Emily's world. No more isolation. Spring brought the house listing. Patricia couldn't sustain it. Driving by, Emily felt closure, not loss. Her savings grew. A condo down payment neared. Holidays redefined. Easter with friends. No obligations. But echoes lingered. Patricia's sporadic pleas. Come home. Emily's reply. Silence. The moral weight settled. When does help become harm? She volunteered at financial abuse hotlines, sharing her story, empowering others. A year on, Emily's new condo overlooked Alexandria's Potomac views, hers alone. Deed in hand. Christmas Eve. She hosted Sarah, Marcus, Reed, laughter. No undercurrents. Toasts to chosen family. Her old phone, unblocked briefly, showed Patricia's message, miss you. Emily deleted it, reflecting on the journey, from useful to unbreakable. The original house sold to strangers. Patricia downsized. Lessons learned hard. Harlan rebuilt elsewhere. Chastened. Lila faded from view. Emily's life bloomed. Travel. Hobbies.
Peace.
Yet the question haunted. In blood's name. How much must one give before taking back? Emily knew. Enough to preserve oneself. And in that, true warmth endured.